Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
All right now, for all you boppers out there in the big city, all you street people with an ear for the action, I've been asked to relay a request from the Gramercy Riffs. It's a special for the Warriors. That's that real live bunch from Coney. And I do mean the Warriors. Here's a hit with them in mind.
She's crazy like a fool. Why my daddy cool?
Just hang loose, blood. She gonna catch up on the rebound on the med side.
What it is, Big Mama? My mama raised no dummies. I duck a rap.
Cut me some slack, Jack. Chump don't want to help. Chump don't get the help.
Say can't hang, say 7 Up.
Jive ass dude don't got no brains anyhow.
Sexy, easy as 1, 2, 3.
Just let your soul go. Just let it shine through. Just let your soul, baby, feeling oh so silky smooth. Just let it shine through. Just let your soul go.
So glow.
Am I the meanest?
Show it up.
Am I the prettiest?
Show it up.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Show it up.
Well, who am I?
Show enough.
Who am I?
Show enough.
I can't hear you.
That boy is good.
Good and terrible.
Guys, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. It's Monday. I am finally streaming on a Monday like I've been trying to do for the past couple of weeks and wasn't able to, but finally, guys, we're back on Monday again. And not just any Monday. Y'all, this is my birthday. God, it's crazy to even say, man. But yeah, today is your boy's birthday. So I have spent another year around the sun and made it to today. So thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for being here on this day specifically. And y'all, we got a lot of things to talk about, and I'm going to get to those things because trust me, we got some things to talk about. You feel me? I'm also on my third cocktail, but you got to expect that. But no, you know what? I just wanted to, before I jump into the topics, I just want to say this, right? Because I don't really celebrate my birthday all that much. In fact, I kind of quit celebrating my birthday around 45. At 45, man, I'm like, I just don't need to keep doing this anymore. I don't need to keep count anymore, right? But I gotta say, man, there is something kind of special about this birthday for me. It's not like a milestone birthday. It's not like anything specifically special, but it's more of an attitude, right? It's more of a frame of mind. Like I was thinking about it, right? I had a, I haven't brought this up much, guys, but I had a pretty rough year, getting to this point. Like 2025 was really hard for me. There's a lot of things that happened, a lot of things involving my move to Colorado, just a lot of different things, right? So it was kind of a brutal year, even though I didn't voice it all that much. But I got to tell you, man, I feel like for me, there is a lot that I'm grateful for this year. There's a lot to be thankful for. Look, man, at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, even though I'm a little bit older, even though no matter how hard I work out, my joints still lock up, my muscles still cramp up, the body ages, right? But at the same time, man, overall, I'm pretty good, right? I'm pretty good. And I say this on the heels of, James Vanderbeek from Dawson's Creek, right? He passed away last week. That guy was only 48 years old, man. 48, right? Left behind a beautiful family, wife, 6 kids. And that kind of stuff makes you think, man. Trust me, when that happened, knowing that my birthday was coming up today, it really had me thinking a lot about me, right? And damn, dude, you just never know, man. Like life is so short. We only get one shot at this, man. And when I really think about it too, I have outlived a lot of people I know. And that's kind of sad to say considering I'm only 52. But, a lot of cats didn't make it to 52, especially some of the dudes I grew up with in the hood, right? So I'm grateful. I'm definitely grateful to be able to celebrate my birthday, to live another year, to be somewhat healthy. And believe me, no one's more surprised than me that I made it to 52. Okay. Like I am more surprised than anybody. But here I am, right? I'm here. And I got to thank all you guys, man. All you guys who tune in. I look, man, I'll be honest with y'all. Even if nobody watched my show, I just talk shit all the time. So for me, like, I'm always going to be behind a mic, looking at a camera, talking. It's just what I do. I do this shit for the love of the game. Like I don't make money off of YouTube. Not really, not real money, not enough to live. I make enough money off YouTube to basically support my weed habit. If I'm being honest with you, and even then, not some months, not even then. But I do this shit because I love it, man. And I told you guys, last week, one of my biggest inspirations for doing this show was a movie from the 80s called Pump Up the Volume with Christian Slater. I always just kind of wanted to do that. I always wanted my own little pirate thing. And it was a little harder to do back in the day, but YouTube kind of gave all of us this platform, this voice. And yeah, man, I'm just super grateful for everybody who does tune in, who watches my show, who comments, who participates. You guys are loved. You have no idea. And yeah, thank you. So thank you. Before I do jump into the topics, because we do have a lot of shit to talk about, I am going to look at the comments. I'm gonna look at the comments, man, because we do have a lot of them. And I'm gonna start it out with a super chat because that's always cool. This is from James Busher for two European dollars. Guys, like I said, I had a few drinks, so but anyway, he says, happy birthday, Dante. Thank you very much, man. Very much appreciate it. Let's look at a few more before I hop in. Oh, look at this shit, man. We got Gary, man, from Nerd Erotic. Oh no, that's not Gary. My bad. I'm seeing things. It looked like the same symbol. No, this is Scott. Scott Godden. Godden, yes. Hell VR and the chat. Happy birthday. Thank you very much, my friend. Sorry I confused you. Let's look at another one. This is also from Scott. Hey, Dante, 61 years old here. Yeah, man, I'm almost there. I'm almost there. So I feel you. Damn, I feel you. This is the gaming note. Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, what's up, Dante? Have you heard about the new AI C-Dance 2.0? Yeah, I'm going to be doing a video on that this week. I was going to talk about it today, but it kind of warrants its own separate video because I have a lot to say about AI. And those of y'all who follow me on X, you know how I feel about AI. I'm a fan. I'm all for it. So, and I know that's kind of controversial to say. I know it's kind of combative to say that because a lot of people hate AI slop. I think it's the future. I don't think it's there yet, but I guarantee you in a couple of more years, it's going to be wild out there, man. So, anyway, I'm going to save that for the video. I'm going to look at one more and then we are going to we're going to hop in. And this is from Jose Arango. There's always things to be grateful for. I very much agree, man. Very much agree. Lots to be grateful for. Let's get into this, man, because a lot of things have sort of happened over the weekend, which kind of warrants us talking about it. One of those things that happened was, I'm sorry, 1 second, y'all. I thought I had this set up already. I think that's it. Okay. All right, here we go. You can't do a take two when you're streaming. All right, man. Let's talk about Brett Cooper. So, if you don't know who Brett Cooper is, Brett Cooper, Brett Cooper, Beck, Brett Cooper is a pundit. She used to be a pundit for the Daily Wire, right? She's right now she's solo. She left the company. She does her own thing, but she's a streamer in this space. She's a podcaster, if you will. And some things kind of happened this weekend that kind of warrants a lot to talk about, fellas, because we got to talk about this. Brett Cooper, for me and my money, if I'm being honest with you guys, Brett Cooper is probably one of the most talented, not just women, but I say personalities in this space, right? Like when it comes to YouTube, when it comes to streaming, Brett Cooper for me is a natural. She's one of the best out there. A lot of people, because I came to her defense on X, a lot of, guys tried to label me a simp and, she's not going to fuck you, bro, that whole kind of thing. Guys, that's not why I was defending her, okay? I'm defending her because the thing she's being accused of is very stupid, really stupid. And that's the thing that we really got to talk about here. So what happened was Brett Cooper went to Fashion Week. I think it was in New York. She went to New York Fashion Week, and while she was there, she was at a party where she met that red pill influencer Clavicular. By the way, guys, I spent the whole fucking day trying to pronounce that name, like practicing it, because it's such a dumbass name. But Clavicular has gained a lot of popularity lately because of the people he hangs out with, guys like Nick Fuentes, Fresh and Fit, just guys like that, Sneeko. He's one of those guys. He's a red pill activist. He's one of these grifters who, convinces guys that, all women are fucking garbage and that kind of thing, blah, 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 blah. Brett Cooper was at a party where he was there, and she basically went to go meet the guy, right? Because she was there. And the reason why she wanted to meet the guy was because she did a few videos. She did a few videos on this guy, and so she wanted to just go ahead and meet him. So being just a human being, right? Being someone who smiles when they meet somebody new. I know that's crazy, right? She smiled. Social media went crazy because of the way she smiled, right? It's for some reason they thought by the way she smiled, and if you guys are looking at the screen, you can see the picture I'm talking about here. So this is the notorious smile she gave him. And this guy, who I don't even know who this guy is, he made this post where he said conservative podcaster Brett Cooper flew out to New York Fashion Week to meet Clavicular. She didn't fly out to meet him. She met him there, but that's not why she flew out. This is her face when she met him. She is married, right? So this is his way of trying to shame her. He's saying that not only is she conservative, but she's married. And because she flashed the guy a smile before she shook his hand, that she obviously wanted to fuck him, right? This wouldn't have been an issue if this was just some standalone tweet. Unfortunately, there were a lot more tweets like this and a lot more guys in the comments who are defending the assholes who post this, saying that, yeah, she does want to fuck him because look at the way she smiles. Look at the way she looked at the guy, right? This is the thing we got to talk about, fellas. This is the meat and potatoes here, right? And I'm going to be as honest with you as I can in this. I get it. I fucking get it. I understand, right? I get it. It's hard out in these streets. It's hard out in these streets, man. Dating, finding a good woman, it's brutal. I get that, man. Like there's a lot of things that work against us guys. Like I said before, you're dealing with a lot of different things. You're dealing with women who have crazy expectations, women who have expectations who should not have crazy expectations, if you get what I'm saying, right? I mean, you're talking about a Michigan 4 who thinks that she deserves to be with Henry fucking Cavill, right? Like crazy stuff like that, you know? You have things like men getting screwed over in divorce, right? Guys getting married, woman cheats, she still gets half his shit, right? He still gets, left in the dump. I understand all the things that are working against us men. I get it, okay? It's fucked up. But guys, we also gotta we have to understand too, right? That obviously not all women are like this, right? Just like not all men are quote unquote fucking dogs, right? Not fucking dogs, but like not dogs, okay? Like we have to get that. We have to understand that, right? We have to understand that there are women that are genuinely just kind of good people, right? Just like there are men that are good people. And not every woman that flashes a smile at a guy wants his dick. Okay. Now, I'm gonna be pretty raw, man, when it comes to this topic because I feel like this is kind of long overdue. Guys, we're living in a time right now where as a man, you have a fucking choice to make. Okay? You do. You have a choice to make. And you have a choice in who you look to as, good role models to follow. Okay. Now, I'm gonna continue with this Brett Cooper thing before I jump into what I'm about to talk about on that end. So here's another picture, and this is a guy that basically posted that the difference between genuine desire and time to settle down is staggering. So he posted a picture of Brett, of that same picture of her smiling at Clavicular, and a picture of her smiling in her wedding picture, right, and trying to compare them as being the same. So when I looked at this, you know what I thought? Oh, she just has the same fucking smile when she smiles. This is how she smiles. There's no difference in either picture. That's just the way she smiles. And if you ever watch her videos, that's how she smiles. Nothing weird about it. Nothing controversial about this. But this guy thought he was cooking, right? Just like a lot of other guys are thinking that they're cooking by doing this, right? By posting these pictures of her. Now, here's what's funny. I'm about to show you guys a video of that entire interaction, right? And this was my friend Tugs. Shout out to Tugs. She posted this video over the weekend. This was the entire video of what happened during that interaction with Clavicular. I'm sorry, I'm gonna rewind it. Okay, I'm gonna rewind it. There we go. So that's Clavicular. I hate that fucking name.
Brett, what's up?
There she is.
Amazing. Thanks for coming.
Good job.
You thought it was good?
The show's very good. Brett.
Okay.
Hi. It's Liv. Oh my God, Liv. Hi.
So guys, she also smiled at that woman. So I guess she's a lesbian too, right? I guess she wants to fuck that woman too, right? Let's keep it going.
It's because of the makeup. You look
I know, right?
It's because of the makeup. No, I'm Liv. Nice to meet you. Yes.
Okay, so basically that's the video, right? She's literally hanging out with the girl next to her, right? She's hanging out with the girl literally standing next to her. She meets Clavicular, says hi, goes back to the girl. What about that was shady to you? Now, the cope is, why wasn't she at home with her newborn baby and her husband, right? They were there with her in New York. She didn't leave them at home. They were there with her. Not in this video, but they were there. So what's the cope now? Right? What's the cope? Brett responded to all the drama that was going on. And here's what she had to say.
Speak to a woman.
And she kind of goes off, which I can't really blame her, but 1 second. All right, here we go.
It's all of that interesting cast of characters. Clavicular was very much the most viral moment of the night. And so because he was there and because I was in attendance, there is now all of this discourse on X, I would say, about me being there and watching while he walked and meeting him. And God forbid, this is the worst, God forbid, I'm so sorry that I did this, but I smiled at him. Oh my God, cue the meltdowns, guys. They are freaking out over on X. And what I need to say to that is, oh my God, people go touch grass. Like seriously, kick rocks, touch grass, log off, go speak to a woman in real life. Go outside and stare at the sunshine. Like I cannot believe that this is something that is being debated and argued about. Now, first of all, for those individuals, if you want the full story, I did not even know the Clavicular was going to be walking in the show when I was first invited and agreed to go. I actually didn't think that he was going to make it after all, because he was literally just in jail in Arizona. But yes, he ended up walking. And obviously I was going to take the opportunity to meet him. After making content about him and after weeks of mocking him and saying that I thought he was just like a shell of a person who had no values, like I thought the respectful, the good thing to do would obviously be to go say hi in person and meet him and not be an actual asshole in real life, because I am not an asshole. But unfortunately, because every part of his life is streamed to people online, smiling and being nice means that you are a hoe who hates her husband and hates her family. So that's the discourse online. Again, I will say, go touch grass. It's all.
Yeah. And you know what? I agree with her 100%. 100%. And look, y'all being a man of my age, okay, I've had well past my share of women, right? Especially being an ex-bartender, right? Obviously, being an ex-bartender, I have a lot of experience when it comes to the women. Part of that experience is knowing that not every woman who flashes me a smile wants to fuck me, right? She's just being friendly. And you know what's funny? I know the difference. I know the difference between a woman just being friendly or her wanting to do a little bit more, right? That's just part of being a man. That's just part of being a man. You know what's not manly, y'all? Like this red pill mentality, right? I don't consider guys like Andrew Tate or Nick Fuentes or fucking Sneeko or Fresh and Fit, Myron Gaines. I don't consider these guys manly. They try to present as manly, right? They try to present like, and if you listen to them talk, they think so highly of the words that they say because they think everything they spit is fucking gold. When in reality, they sound like fucking morons. You know, they talk about being a high value man. They have no idea what that even means. They just really don't. They just talk a bunch of shit, right? And what they hope is that y'all dudes out there who've been burned, y'all dudes out there who have maybe not had much luck when it came to women or comes to women, they hope to get a hold of y'all because they know if they spit enough garbage in your ear, you're going to start to buy it. You're going to start to believe it. You're going to start to chant the same dumbass shit that they chant, right? Clavicular is part of that club. Now, what's funny about that is I couldn't find the video, but there is a video circulating. You feel free to find it for yourself, where Clavicular is, after he meets Brett, he starts talking a bunch of shit about, oh, I could have fucked her, or, oh, you know, I had plans to fuck her, right? It's like, dude, you don't have a shot in hell. You don't have a shot in hell with Brett Cooper. Are you kidding me? Right? But he has to present. He has to present like he's the man. That's little boy shit. That's not grown man shit, y'all. And to be fair, Clavicular is a little boy for the most part. He's like 21 or something like that. He's young. He's dumb. I give him a little bit more grace than I give some of these older dumb motherfuckers like Andrew Tate. I mean, if I'm being honest with you, because a guy like Andrew Tate should know better at that age, but it is what it is. He's a dumb kid. Question you got to ask yourself is, are you a dumb kid? Right? Do you believe the same dumb shit that they believe? And again, guys, I hear you, right? We've all been burned. We've all had bad relationships. We all have bad situations that didn't work out with women. I understand, right? I get how hard it is. I feel you on that. It's not easy out there, right? But you gotta be a man. You gotta be a man, right? And you gotta be willing to at least give the benefit of the doubt. Now, I don't know Brett Cooper personally. I don't, right? Like I respect her. I have a lot of professional respect for Brett Cooper. I think she's so good at what she does that even me being, now 52 years old, right? I look at her like I can still learn things from her, right? And she's like 20 something, but she's that good, right? This is all professional respect. This isn't me simping for this girl because to be honest with you, I think she's okay, looks wise, she's average. She's no Sydney Sweeney, but that's not even the point, is it? The point is she's getting all this shit from guys who, if they just took 2 seconds to think about it, right? If they watched a video like we just saw, realize that they're making themselves sound pathetic. Yeah, man. Look, guys, I'm with you on this, man. I'm with you when it comes to just it's getting out there, meeting people, understanding women. You're probably never going to do it if I'm being honest with you. I was married for fucking 13 years, okay, and I still don't understand women. Okay, I mean, not really. I mean, I just really don't. Love them. Oh, love women. Always will. I love women, bro, but I will never understand them to save my life because I don't think we're meant to. But anyway, y'all, that's what I wanted to talk about with Brett Cooper, man. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with this whole drama. It was the talk of the weekend, man. Cats were going crazy out there, man, like calling her a whore and all this other shit. And I'm just like, guys, that just sounds so weak to me, man. It just sounds weak. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a few comments. Oh, look at that. Another super chat. Thank you. Thank you so much. And this is from James Gen X Fed. Happy birthday, man. Sir. Happy birthday, sir. Thank you. I greatly appreciate that. Really appreciate that. And we have another one from Russell Hall. What's up, man? Brett Cooper is Ben Shapiro in a wig. Prove me wrong. They do kind of look alike, Russell. I'm not going to lie to you. They kind of look alike, but come on, man. She's not an unattractive girl, okay? At all. She's not. Highly bangable. I'm sorry. Forgive me, y'all. Again, I'm a few cocktails in tonight, but hey, it's my birthday. I got to do it. All right, man. We're going to jump into the next topic. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Now, this topic is probably going to get me really fired up. Like, the Brett Cooper thing was a warm-up. This is where I'm about to go off. Because I got to tell you, man, and I've said it before, I'm going to keep saying it, and at the end of the day, for me, I love my fucking country. I love America. I know we got our problems like anybody else, but you know what? At the end of the day, I am red, white, and blue all the way fucking through. You feel me? And when it comes to the Olympics, right, I'm always going to be Team America. Like I'm going to wear my fucking flag over my shoulders and we're going in, right? What pisses me off about this story is the fact that the people who are supposed to be representing our country, right? The people, and I'm talking like to the fucking world, the people who are representing our country are doing a horrible job of doing it, man. So the Winter Olympics are happening right now. Okay. The Winter Olympics are happening. And, they're only like maybe a couple of days into it. Right. And I've been watching, keeping up with certain things, man. And, it's been good. It's been fun watching. But what pissed me off was at the beginning of the ceremonies when they were, interviewing some of the athletes, man. You have these assholes, right? These athletes who I guarantee you have no idea what's really going on within our country, right? But they felt the need to speak against us in public to the rest of the fucking world, right? Now, like I said, we all got our problems, right? Like but what I was taught when I was younger was when it's family, you keep it within the family, right? You don't go to somebody else's house and talk shit about your family, right? Now, when you're home with the family, you talk as much shit as you want. You don't ever go to somebody else's house and talk about the fucking family. These athletes, I believe they're skiers, the ski team. They were in a press conference and they were asked certain questions about, what's happening in America. And this was their response.
Biggest fan of, and I think a lot of people are emotions to represent the U.S. right now. I think it's a little hard. There's obviously a lot going on that I'm not the biggest fan of, and I think a lot of people aren't. If it aligns with my moral values, I feel like I'm representing it. Just because I'm wearing the flag doesn't mean I represent everything that's going on in the U.S. So yeah, I just kind of want to do it for my friends and my family and the people that support me getting here.
This guy has every right to feel the way he does, right? Like if he genuinely just doesn't agree with things that are going on right now, which is funny to me because the shit he's talking about and the things that he is ashamed of is us getting fucking illegals out of our fucking country, right? Now, why is that shameful? I don't know. I need somebody to explain that to me why it's shameful. Why it's shameful for us to undo the damage that 4 years of Joe Biden fucking did. Why is that shameful? I don't know. But he's ashamed of it for whatever reason. And you know what? As an American, he has a right to be. He has a right to say what he wants. He has a right to think what he wants, right? That's part of being American. That's the beauty of America. And you know what's so funny to me? The people that talk shit the most about America are the people who fucking benefit from the fucking freedoms that we have here in America, right? Because if he was in fucking Iran or any other country, he wouldn't be able to talk this shit, right? No. But you live in the freest nation in the world. So you can talk as much shit about that country, our country, as much as you want. You see the irony there? But he wasn't the only one. There was another athlete. This D-bag.
I feel heartbroken about what's happened in the United States when I'm pretty sure you're referencing ICE and some of the protests and things like that. I think that as a country, we need to focus on respecting everybody's rights and making sure that we're treating our citizens as well as anybody with love and respect. And I hope that when people look at athletes compete in the Olympics, they realize that that's the America that we're trying to represent.
It brings
again, he lives in the freest country in the world. So he is allowed to talk shit about our country. The weird thing for me about this stuff is if you were to ask these guys specifically what freedoms are being taken away from people, they couldn't give you one fucking answer. And I've asked this question to people, what freedoms have we lost, right? I've asked black people. I've asked gay people. I've asked legal Latinos who are here what freedoms they've lost. None. Right? They love to call us a fascist country, right? Because of Donald Trump. Okay, if we're fascist, then what freedoms have we lost? These people are full of shit, right? This is a virtue signal. This is, hey guys, don't worry, I'm part of the club. Hire me later, right? That's what this is. But the thing that bugs me the most is this is the Olympics, y'all. Like this is people going to another country to talk shit about us. That fucks me up, right? Like they got me fucked up. To the point where, I really didn't want to watch the Olympics, but then I had to check myself because I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to be one of those guys. Obviously, not everybody on the Olympic team pulled that shit that he just pulled, right? So I'm not going to sit there and say all of the Olympians, all of the athletes feel the same way that these guys feel, right? I have to separate that these guys have their own opinion, right? And maybe some of the other athletes actually do fucking love their country. Maybe some of the athletes actually do wear the fucking flag of our country with fucking pride, right? Maybe. So that's the only way I could enjoy watching the Olympics is if I believed that there are Olympians from our country that actually do love our country. And it was weird to me is at the end of the day, why not just say that? Why not just say you love your country? We have our problems, but at the end of the day, there's no greater country in the fucking world. That's all he had to say, right? That's all he had to say. I love my country. We got some things we're dealing with, but we're still the best in the fucking world. Bring it on. That's all he needed to say. We got to stop supporting these people, y'all. Like we really do. Like I'm not saying don't watch the Olympics. What I'm saying is some of these people, man, some of these athletes, these celebrities, you name it, right? A message has to be sent. And this isn't on some like snowflake shit. This is consequences of your actions, motherfucker. That's what this is. And I shouldn't even be this riled up about it. Right? I just don't like anybody going to another country talking shit about us. I don't know these guys' names because I didn't even bother to fucking learn it because I don't care who they are. I don't give a fuck about these dudes. They're losers. Don't give a shit. I don't care enough to know your fucking name. Anyway, man. I'm sorry, I know that was a rant, man, but this kind of shit for me, you know, it's funny. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day. We're talking about the term African American, right? I have always hated that fucking term. I have never liked it. And most black people I knew growing up in the hood hated that fucking term. You know why? Because we're not African. We've never been to fucking Africa. My grandparents have never been to Africa. My great-great-grandparents have never been to fucking Africa. We are born and bred here in the USA. So why am I hyphenating my fucking American status when I've never been to that fucking country? And if I'm being completely honest with you, I don't give a fuck about that country. Right? I told you guys how I felt about that, man. I know people are individuals, but as a whole, I have experienced nothing but negativity and hate from fucking Nigerians, Ethiopians, Somalis. None of those motherfuckers like American black people. So I don't give a shit about them or their countries. And this isn't the alcohol talking, y'all. This is just real. This is straight up. But I've never liked that term, African American, because I'm not African American. I am fucking American, and that is it. I am black, and I'm an American, but I'm not an African American. Just like people who are from Mexico, who are Mexican, who are born in this country, they're not Mexican American. They're fucking American. You're not Asian American. If you're born here, you're American. I never hear people say I'm Irish American. I'm English American. I never hear that shit. I pray, I hope that the American teams take home a lot of gold because at the end of the day, they are there representing us. And I want America to always win. But some of these people, after this, need to be fucking shunned. Anyway, let's get to some more comments. All right, y'all. I know I'm all fired up now. I'm all like that was wild, man. But it did really bug the shit out of me. So this is from J1983. This is part of why people don't watch the Winter Olympics anyway. Yeah, I get that. I do. It's but you know what though? Like I feel like the Winter Olympics is kind of like, a smaller picture of a bigger problem, right? So this isn't exclusive to the Winter Olympics. they are so dumb. They probably think that we're living in stolen land. Yes, actually, they do believe that. They believe we're living in fucking stolen land. So look at that, man. This is from Blitzen 66622. Gifted 5 Verbal Ride memberships. Thank you so much, man. I greatly appreciate that. That is a very cool little birthday gift, man. I very much appreciate it. This is from Jose A. Taco. Happy birthday. Thank you. Thank you, man. I very much appreciate that. You guys are way too nice, man. A couple of more, and then we're going to move on. This is from Von Zoli. Verbal rants. Look, man, the name of the show is Verbal Rides. So I'm gonna get a little fired up sometimes. You know what I mean? So that's just what the show is, man. And I'm a few drinks in, so I'm gonna get especially ignorant tonight. This is Scott Gordon. Dante ramped up. Still comes across as chill. Thank you, man. Thank you. Look, man, I can't get my blood pressure too high, right? Like I still got to be a little calm when I'm doing this. But you guys are so cool, man. I really appreciate you. And I'm gonna look at one more comment. This is Wide Eye Lee. I can't wait for the hockey game between the U.S. and Canada. Fun fights. You know what? I'm actually looking very forward to that myself. Canada is on some bullshit right now, so I would love for America to go in there and kick Canada's ass, man, like thoroughly kick their ass. But let's switch topics here because this topic, man, I won't say I'm on the fence because I'm not on the fence at all, but I'm a little surprised by this, if I'm being honest with you. Okay. It's no secret that the film business is in trouble, right? For a lot of reasons, man. They've done nothing but insult their audience. They've done nothing but put out garbage. They've done nothing but raise prices on movie tickets. They've done everything wrong for the past like 10 years or so, man. They're in trouble, right? They're on the verge of another fucking strike. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if there is another writer strike or screen actor strike, that's it. Game over, man. The industry's done. They can't even survive another strike. But if they're stupid enough to do it, they deserve it. So my thinking is, knowing that the industry is in trouble, as a studio, your job is to figure out find a way to make as much money as you can. It's your job to be profitable, right? At this point, you can't fuck around no more. You can't do virtual signaling. You can't do identity politics. You have to, you got to get serious, man, because this is it. This is it, right? You got to stop making dumb mistakes. This brings me to the topic, right? So there is a new Lara Kroft series coming out. I want to say Tomb Raider, but I don't even know if that's what it's called, to be honest with you. There is a new Lara Kroft series coming to Amazon Prime, produced by Phoebe Waller-Bridge, the same bitch who ruined Indiana Jones. So, yeah, if you can remember that. Produced by her, starring Sophie Turner. Now, there's a lot of opinions about Sophie Turner. There's people who say she's not that hot. There's people who say she's not a good actress. I think they're wrong on both counts. I think she's a decent actress. Not great, but decent. And I think she's attractive, okay? Her looks, for me, really aren't the problem directly, right? I mean, maybe a little bit because she doesn't look like Lara Kroft to me. But she's not unattractive. So I'm not going to sit there and shame her for her looks. What I am going to shame her for, though, is some comments that she's made about the new Lara Kroft show that's coming out. So I'm going to pull that up for you. Okay. So Sophie Turner was interviewed by, I can't remember who did it, like what outlet interviewed her, but she basically had this to say about the new Tomb Raider. It's about her story. It's about her and her story and what drives her, rather than what so many people also love about her, which is how hot she is in the games and the movies. But I really want to show the other side. She's so unashamedly capable. She's not a woman who hides her strength at all, right? Now, on the surface, okay, and here's a picture of her compared to a picture of Angelina Jolie. Guys have said, like, oh, I see the difference. Look, guys, she's wearing the outfit. She's a good-looking woman. I don't see a problem with this look in particular. Now, what happened was a few weeks ago, there was a picture that came out where she's like, covered from head to toe in this snow outfit. I get it. It could be just a scene that they were filming in the snow. Obviously, she's not going to be in booty shorts and a tank top in the snow. That's fine. All of these things are not bad on its own. The problem is, though, when you bring Phoebe Waller-Bridge into this and her making that comment that she made, right, about it not being about her looks or her being sexy, the thing that comes to mind for a lot of guys, for a lot of fans, I'm sorry, not just guys, there are women who are angry about this too. What comes to mind is, oh yeah, no, she's not going to be sexy at all. She's going to be covered head to toe, that this is a bait and switch picture, that she's hardly ever going to be in the shorts and tank top, or mid top, whatever she's wearing. There's a lot of debate about a bait and switch after hearing that, right? And I understand it. I completely understand it. There is a weird thing going on, guys, when in Hollywood when it comes to attractive women. It's almost a conspiracy against attractive women in Hollywood. Now, I know people will say I'm being, an asshole, I'm being an incel about this. It's like, no, we've already seen it. We've seen it in gaming, we've seen it in movies, we've seen it in TV. There is a thing right now where having attractive women in your show or your movies or your video games has become looked down upon, basically, right? I mean, look at gaming, dude. I mean, what they've done to gaming is atrocious, man. And they've done this with movies. I mean, if you look at even TV shows like Star Trek, Starfield Academy, right? All of the men are ripped in shape. All of the women are fucking cows or unattractive, highly unattractive, right? Because there's this thing about the male gaze. They don't want the male gaze, which is dumb because the male gaze equals money, right? The male gaze equals profits. Men buy shit based on our gaze, right? So to say you don't want that is saying you don't want money. And here's the thing. At the end of the day, these activists don't care about money. They will watch a studio get ruined, then move on to the next. They'll watch a company get ruined, then move on to the fucking next one. They can care less about that company. And these companies are too stupid to realize that these weirdos that they're hiring don't give a shit about their company. I guarantee you that chick that ruined Bud Light a few years ago with Dylan Mulvaney, guarantee you she's in another company right now fucking that up. Guarantee you. They don't care. And they have absolutely killed the movie business. Killed it. Right? We come out here and talk, and you see me on Film Threat, you see me, with Flash. We talk about this shit, man, but here's the crazy thing. They're actually lucky. They're lucky we're talking about it. Because here's the thing. Once we stop talking about it, people are just going to fucking move on and forget completely. Right? Once we quit talking about Star Wars, even the shields went away because no one gives a fuck. And I said this on Film Threat earlier today. And you know what? I'm going to repeat it. We have been, to be fair, we have been probably 99.9% right on every issue that we've talked about. We've been right. We called it and we were right. Crazy thing is, if these studios just listen to us, they would be fine right now. They wouldn't be in the fucked up situation that they're in right now. But you know what's funny? Those activists don't care about any of this. They don't care. They will ruin a company if it means they get to fucking virtue signal. So will Lara Kroft fail? I don't know, guys. If I'm being honest with you, I really don't know. I haven't seen one trailer for it. I've only seen 2 pictures of it. Do I have hope for it? Absolutely not. Do I think Sophie Turner was the right choice to play Lara Croft? I don't at all. Nothing against her. Think she's a fine actress, attractive girl. I think she was wrong for the part, right? Now, I've said things like this before, right? Like even Chris Nolan. I said, love Nolan. Think one of my favorite directors right now in Hollywood. I think The Odyssey might be his big mistake. I think it's going to flop, guys. But I hope I'm wrong about that. I actually hope I'm wrong. I hope it's actually very good. We're usually right about this stuff. There are a lot of Tomb Raider fans right now, male and female, who are not looking forward to this show. That's a bad sign, y'all. That's a bad sign, man. You know, and the thing that bugs me too is the fact that Amazon has been on a roll lately, man. Amazon has been doing some pretty good things on their platform, and I think this is going to come in and just bomb it, man. It's going to bomb. But who knows? All I will say is, like with every other show that I criticize, I will watch at least the first episode. I used to say I watched the first 3. After Starfleet Academy, I give you 1 episode. And if I'm not reeled in, if I feel this is some bullshit, I'm out, man. Look, guys, I just turned 52. I don't have time. I don't have time to waste on bad shit, right? I just don't. I'd rather spend my time watching, playing, doing things that I love, or at least that I like, right? I'd rather do that. I'm not going to. Look. I love my comrades in arms. For all my boys out there who are covering Starfleet Academy, you are doing the Lord's work. I respect it. I can't do it. So I enjoy watching your videos on it, and I'll laugh my ass off, but I will not be spending any time with this fucking show. Can't do it. I can't do it, man. So anyway, y'all, I think this show is supposed to come out next year. Maybe at the end of this year, but definitely not end of this year. Probably next year. And I'll give it the first episode. And here's what's funny. I actually hope it's good. I hope it's good. I hope I'm proven wrong. I don't think I will be, but I hope I am. All right, we're gonna look at a few more comments, and then I'm gonna just jump right into the last topic. It's gonna be a little bit shorter show today, guys, because obviously, I got some birthday shenanigans I got to get into after this. So, but I definitely want to hop on and hang out with you guys, especially on this day. So, but a couple more comments, and then we're on to the last topic. This is from Asman. Am I reading that right? Asman the Mercenary. And dude, if I read that wrong, I'm sorry. Everything woke turns to shit. You are completely right. There are no lies being told there. This is from, I'm just say JJ. The only game that is making women attractive is GTA. That's why everyone is going to play the next GTA. Dude, here's the thing, man. The day that game finally comes out, I'll believe it. But here's the funny thing. I don't think GTA is ever going to come out, man. How long have we been waiting for GTA 6, dude? I you know what's funny? I feel like GTA 6, I put that on the same level of like the Elder Scrolls 6, right? I just don't think it's ever going to happen, man. We've been waiting, we've been trying to be patient, and I'm telling you, man, I don't think we're ever going to get these games. So, all right, one more comment. Appreciate the honesty. Well, look, man, at the end of the day, when you watch my show, it's always going to be honest. Like I'm going to tell you guys how it is. Raw and uncut, man. I am always going to be that guy. So, but kind of staying on topic a little bit. There's been I went on this whole spiel about Hollywood and virtue signaling. There has been a shift. Believe it or not, though, there's been a slight shift in what's been happening in Hollywood. So for a while, guys, and for the longest time, if I'm being honest with you, even up to recently, celebrities have been very obnoxious about voicing their politics, right? About voicing their judgment of people who didn't vote the way they voted, uh, without any care or repercussions at all, right? And we hate those people, if I'm being honest with you, or we definitely don't like them. There have been more celebrities coming out though, secretly, like quietly coming out and voicing that they don't want to talk about politics, right? Which has always kind of been the case. That's always been like the dirty little secret of Hollywood, right? The people who don't talk about their politics are the ones who are most likely not on the left. If you get what I'm saying, right? The people who don't talk politics are probably more conservative, but they keep it to themselves for a few reasons, right? But the biggest reason, and I feel like this needs to be talked about, is they are being hushed, right? They're being silenced. They know that if they do talk, that it could mean their whole career, right? Because that's how fucked up Hollywood is. But instead of voicing their politics, what they're doing is they are just not talking about it at all. And more people are coming out. You had Billy Bob Thornton talking about that. You had Kevin James talking about that. You had a few people who have come out and said, obviously Sydney Sweeney, talks about that they don't want to talk politics. They're not here to talk politics. They're here to act. They're here to perform. Then go the fuck home, right? That's all they're here to do. They're here to entertain. They're not here to voice their political opinion. And more celebrities are slowly crawling into that space, which I'm grateful for, if I'm being honest. Hell, even Emma Watson, right? Which is going to lead me into what we're going to talk about. Emma Watson, who for the longest time was virtue signaling about trans people, even lately she's been like, okay, you know what? I might have made a mistake with this, right? I shouldn't have condemned J.K. Rowling. I shouldn't have been saying all the things I've been saying, and she's kind of taken a turn, right? Rupert Grint, who plays Ron Weasley, was in an interview, and I think it was about like a new movie or a new show that he's in, right? And they should have just kept it at, but the media is never going to do that. They should have kept it at them talking about the show. But some fucking leftist reporter, of course, had to do their loyalty test, right? Because that's what this is. In Hollywood, there's a loyalty test. And they will do things like this to question you, to find out what team you're on. Instead of minding their own fucking business, right? They want to know what team you're on. So he was in this interview, and this is what he had to say.
Have you ever considered commenting about the rise of fascism in Great Britain that's currently happening?
Well, obviously I'm against it.
Okay, so if you didn't hear that, and guys, I wish I could make the video louder, but unfortunately, like, this is as loud as the video goes. The reporter asked him, how do you feel about fascism, or the fascism that's going on right now when it comes to trans people and shit like that, right? I'm gonna rewind it just to see if we can hear it again.
Have you ever considered commenting about the rise of fascism in Great Britain that's currently happening?
Well, obviously I'm against it. But no, I mean, I choose my moments to speak. But I think, yeah, it's obviously hugely relevant now times. Yeah, I think, yeah, you'll hear from me.
Okay, so if you didn't hear him, he basically kind of gave the Sydney Sweeney answer. He said, obviously he thinks fascism is wrong, which, God, that is such a dumb question, man. Who doesn't think fascism is wrong? Who doesn't, right? So he gave the answer. I think fascism is obviously bad. And he's like, if I have more to say about it, or when I have more to say about it, I will. Kind of what Sydney Sweeney said when they asked her that question, right? And you can see it on his face, like, why are you asking me this? In an interview where we're supposed to be talking about my movie or my show, why are you asking me about the fascism against trans fucking people, right? And obviously they're asking him this because of his connection with J.K. Rowling and the fact that this happened in Great Britain. So, if she's on the left, she obviously hates J.K. Rowling. And so she tried to set him up. He gave a decent answer, right? He gave a very non-answer to her question. But this is another reason, going back to the last topic, right? This is another reason why Hollywood is failing. All the things I listed before, add this to the list. This kind of shit right here. The media, and I don't know why these studios haven't figured this out. These entertainment outlets, they don't give a shit about these studios. They don't care how much money they cost the studio by trying to trick these guys into answering these questions. No, they want their soundbite at the cost of the studio's movie or TV show. Now, I really wish that more celebrities, more actors were media trained, right? I really do. There was a time when actors were media trained, when they were put in a room and told how you act when you hit the red carpet, how you act when you're in an interview, just how you act when you're outside of this, right? Now, when you're at home, you could do and say whatever the fuck you want. But when you're doing something public, right, you got to protect your movie. You got to protect your show at all costs. And these media people are not their friends at all. And what's funny is, I remember this, man. I remember like going to events with like, Gore and Allen, from Film Thread, and meeting some of these people, man. They are so high on their own fucking supply. They think the world of themselves. They think they are smarter than everybody in the fucking room. To be honest with you, most of the time, we only went for the free food and the free drinks because we just did not like hanging out with these people at all. But this is what Hollywood is run by. And don't even get me started on the pedo shit with Jeffrey Epstein and all that. Like, that's a whole nother topic when it comes to the film business. But these people are hypocrites. They're obnoxious. And I got to give Rupert Grint his credit, man. Like, he laughed it off. He gave a very non-answer, which is a smart thing to do. But I could see it in his face. He did not like that question. I have no idea if Hollywood is really going to learn their lesson here. I really don't. Like, it's funny. I remember when Trump got elected, everyone thought, oh, things are going to change now, right? Things are going to be different now that Trump is in office. Hollywood is going to change their tune. They're not, guys. They're doubling down, actually. They're doubling down on the woke. They're not letting up. And I guess they would rather see their industry go down in flames than fucking give the audience what they want. You know what? Much respect to Rupert Grint. I've always liked him. Him and Tom Felton, right? The guy, the kid kid, he's not a kid anymore, but the guy who played Draco Malfoy, always liked that guy. Emma Watson was, I respect the fact that she at least apologized to J.K. Rowling. I respect that. I really do. J.K. Rowling didn't accept the apology, and I completely understand that, and she didn't have to, right? But at least I will say Emma is waking up, or at least trying to be not so obnoxious. So I got to give her that. The only one I still cannot stand to this day is Harry Potter himself, Daniel Radcliffe. I think he's a fucking idiot, right? He's a true believer. Anyway, that's going to be it, guys. Like, I wanted to talk about that because I really do like that actor. I think he's really good. I've seen him in other things, and I'm glad he kind of, that he's not a dipshit like fucking Harry Potter is. Anyway, y'all. I'm gonna do a couple more comments, and then we're gonna call it a night because, like I said, I got some birthday shenanigans I got to get into tonight. So, but thank you guys, man. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for being a part of this. Uh, you know, I was debating whether to postpone the show till a few days from now, but I was like, you know what, man, it felt like the right time. It felt like the right time to fucking do my show. So, all right, a couple of comments and then we're out. This is from Junior, Illinois. You were right about Hollywood. They became so hypocrite. Yeah. I mean, they've always kind of been, right? They've always been hypocrites, but lately more than not. So a lot more than not. This is from Scott. God bless and happy birthday, Dante. Thank you so much, man. I greatly appreciate you guys like hanging out with me on the Monday night. You guys could be doing a lot of other things, but yet you're here listening to my rants. So Junior, happy birthday, Dante. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. One more from JJ. Happy birthday. Thank you. All right, guys. So yeah, man, have a great rest of your week. Hopefully I'll still be standing upright tomorrow. We'll see. I still got a little bit more drinking to do before I call it a night. But man, again, making it to 52, again, it's not really a landmark age, but it's something where you're grateful for every day. You're grateful for every fucking year that you get. You're not promised anything. A lot of people don't make it, to 50. So I should feel lucky as hell. And, I got amazing friends. I got amazing family. Got amazing, how do I say this? Special friends in my life. And those ladies know who I'm talking about. But yeah, I have a lot to be grateful for. And I thank you guys so much, man, for hanging out. You guys have a very good night and a good rest of your week.